All right, welcome to another episode of Steve Lags Unfiltered. I'm going to take you back to a week ago where I was on a leadership, two-day leadership retreat where we lead hundreds of other leaders, Football Hall of Fame tour led by Ray Lewis, including a workout led by Ray Lewis, Football Hall of Famer. I'm going to share with you the nuggets when you're intentional and you're looking for clues of greatness and leadership. I'm going to share exactly what I found, and I'm going to share the experience, and I'm going to bring you there. Let's go, guys.
And now, introducing your host, Steve Lags.
All right, so last podcast, I talked about being intentional, and I'm going to show you and demonstrate to you what intentional looks like when you have an incredible experience and an opportunity to learn a lot from somebody that has achieved incredible things in their life, and continues to strive and drive major impact. So, Business Mastery Leadership Program, I help lead that program, Brandon Dawson's leadership program, the best leadership program in the country. We take our business owners and leaders on 2 to 3 day retreats every few months. We just had one in Ohio, and I'm going to walk you through what that looks like and the knowledge and the information that I gather from it, even though I'm leading the program. But I'm very intentional when I'm there. I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for clues for greatness. I'm looking for clues of leadership. So during this event, part of the event is we have a Football Hall of Fame tour. We're up in Geneva, Ohio. We drive to Canton, Ohio. We get a tour of the Football Hall of Fame by Ray Lewis. I'm going to walk you through here. So you walk into that Hall of Fame. There's 378 of the greatest athletes of all time have been inducted in the Football Hall of Fame. Ray Lewis is one of them. We do a lot of work with Ray Lewis, especially in the leadership program. And I go into that Hall of Fame not as a football fan. I am a football fan, but I'm not going in there as a football fan. So I see that we have people coming on this tour and people going to this Football Hall of Fame. And some of them are going there because they're a fan and they appreciate, seeing their team, their favorite players, and they want to go buy some apparel. I see other people go into this Football Hall of Fame with no intention, and they're not a football fan, so they don't really value the experience. When I go into that experience, I'm going there with intention. I'm going there to find the clues to greatness, and here's what I found when I did the tour of the Football Hall of Fame. So first, we're in a place where we're celebrating the heroes and the legends of one of the greatest American sports of all time. And first thing I'm saying, why do they get a gold jacket? What's with the gold jacket? Like, why gold jacket? So the gold jacket is about the gold level of standard. It's gold because they're looking at, these are the athletes that set the gold standard. And we know in businesses, we talk about that standard. We want to set that gold standard level of service. And so the first athlete you start learning about when I'm in there is Steve Largent. For those of you that know, Steve Largent was a small guy, wide receiver, Seattle Seahawks, small player, slow as well. Wide receiver, but he's slow. He ran like a 4.8 40-yard, real slow guy. And what do you learn from Steve Largent? So Steve Largent talks about, hey, when you're in life, you just need to go for it. You need to work harder and prepare more than others. That's simple for a small guy that became one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. The blueprint for success, the formula to be successful in life is often very simple. When you think about a small guy simply having the commitment to work harder and prepare more than others, even though everyone was telling him he was too small to be successful and play the game, he didn't listen to all the doubters. He didn't listen to the drainers. He didn't listen to the people who underestimated his abilities. Despite all of that, he still worked harder and he prepared more than others. And because he did that and he had that commitment, he was able to become one of the greatest of all time. Warren Moon, amazing quarterback. Warren Moon shared with us, each level presents us with new challenges. And what can you learn from that? Well, so many of us think that when we get to the next level, we arrive and, hey, we're going to get there and it's going to become easier. We want to get there because this life is going to be easier. But every time we get to a new level in life, in any aspect of it, it always presents us new challenges. You can look at challenges and problems similar. We're always going to have challenges in life. We're always going to have problems in life. We don't succeed in life to run away from them and to avoid them and eliminate all challenges, to eliminate all problems in life. What we do, we succeed in life because we want to move on to newer problems and newer challenges. We want to move on to bigger challenges and bigger problems that are going to be more impactful. When we solve them, we're going to add more value in this world. So if you have the same challenges in your life over and over again, you're not growing. If you have the same problems over and over again, you're not growing. But when you have new challenges, when you have new problems, that's the result of growth because you're getting to new levels. So Warren Moon reminds us, hey, when you get to the next level, you're not going to eliminate problems, or challenges, you're just going to get new challenges. And that reminds us, so never, always have humility. You will never arrive because there's always another level and there's always challenges on the next level. Jim Brown, one of the greatest of all time. What I learned from Jim Brown when I was there, he said, how do you help your teammates get that extra yard on every single play? So then if I'm a leader or I'm a coworker in an organization and I'm not actually technically a leader, what am I doing to help my teammates get an extra yard on every single play? Because I know that if I get one extra yard on every single play, that adds up over time during the course of the game, during the course of the season. If I'm a running back and I average 4 yards per rush versus 5 yards per rush, that's difference between being a Hall of Famer and maybe not being a Hall of Famer. That's the difference between us winning a championship and not winning a championship. But understanding on every single play, how do you get an extra yard? All those that extra yard, play after play after play, adds up. The sum of that is huge. It adds up to hundreds of extra yards at the end of the season. So when you're leading other people, or you're just simply a coworker of someone else, how are you helping everyone get that extra yard in every single play? Jim Brown also talked about how you are the only one in this world that will determine your character. Character is so important in life. If you want to earn the trust and respect of other people, if you want to accomplish something incredible in this world, if you want to truly lead other people and have other people be positively influence you and to follow you for the journey that you're going on and you're leading them on, you're going to need you're going to need character, but you're the only one in control of your character, no one else. So you never abdicate that to anybody else. That is totally in your control. And you've got decisions to make in your life so that you can have strong character. Because so many of these NFL Hall of Famers, they came from really unfortunate circumstances. They didn't come from where, hey, everything was just handed to them. It was easy. And they went in these great programs and they were basically just, polished as they went along in life. And they were just set up for football success. It didn't work that way. And the interesting thing is, for many of them, it was the only option. They had only one option to get out of the circumstances they were in. And when we have limited options and it's do or die, if I want to improve my life, my family's life, and change the trajectory of my family, this is my only option. I'm not giving myself plan B, plan C. It's burn the ships. This is what's happening. And if I don't accomplish this, I'm going to be stuck in these circumstances that are not good. And when presented with less options, they were more committed. It was do or die for them. And they were able to do so much more than someone who maybe had more options because it was, they had their backup plan, plan B, plan C. So you determine your character, and where you end up in life is not a function of where you started. It's about what you do from the journey from where you started and where you're going right now where you are right now. It's not where you started. It's what you did from that starting point. Another thing of common characteristics, in order to be a Hall of Famer, you needed heart, you needed integrity. As I mentioned a minute ago here, you needed strong character and you needed discipline. Now, Hall of Famers all had these attributes when you analyze them. This is no different for leadership. If you're a leader You need to be able to come from a place of heart. If you don't have heart and you don't care about the people you lead, you are dead in the water. You're never going to successfully lead anybody over a long period of time. You need integrity to earn a trust and respect, strong character. You need strong character again, and discipline. Because if you're not disciplining yourself and you do not lead yourself, then you can never lead someone else, because you can't teach what you can't do. And in order to lead yourself, it requires a tremendous amount of discipline. These players that made the Hall of Fame had so much discipline. They worked harder than everybody else. They prepared more than everybody else. They trained more than everybody else, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally. These men just simply didn't allow their problems to define them. They overcame their problems, and they defined who they were, not their problems. Jim Kelly is a Hall of Famer Buffalo Bill quarterback. He says, never give up. It's all about resilience. You can never fail if you never quit. So you just simply never give up. And that requires resilience. If you don't have resilience, you will give up. Vince Lombardi, Hall of Famer, he says you'll never reach perfect, but if you chase perfectionism, you'll reach excellence. So he understands the fact that you're never going to reach perfect. It's impossible to be perfect. But if you chase perfectionism, you'll reach excellence. Now, look, 10X rule behind me. That's about the concept is that you need to put the target 10X where you. So if I want to make $100,000, I want to put a goal to make $1 million. So I 10X it. So I could put 10X effort. So if I fall a little bit short, I'm going to fall short of $10 million, not $100,000. The point is here, you need to chase something that is so far out there. Perfectionism is like the infinite thing that's almost impossible. You chase it, you pursue it, and then and only then will you achieve excellence. If you pursue like, hey, I want to be really good. It's like I watch employees. It's like, hey, what's your target? And their target's to be good or to be great. Why would you set a target to be good, which is above average, or just great in any type of measurement there is? Why chase the highest one? So that if you fall a little bit short, you put in the effort to accomplish that. And if you fall a little short, you're not remarkable, but damn, you're excellent. You might not have been perfect, but you're damn excellent. And that makes you Hall of Fame. And it's not Hall of Fame in just football. This is Hall of Fame in life. You have one life to live. I'm sure almost everyone listening to this podcast is not going to be a Hall of Fame football player, but do you want to be a Hall of Fame dad? Do you want to be a Hall of Fame mom? Do you want to be a Hall of Fame brother or coworker or leader in your organization or business owner? You got to pursue excellence. You got to chase excellence. You got to pursue perfectionism, and then you'll become an excellent leader, business owner, dad, mom, wife, husband. You got it. Okay, and then finally with the Hall of Fame, I love this. This is the most George Hollis. Actually learned a little bit about him. I never heard of him before. So he was a owner of the Bears, also coach at the same time. And he said, every day before I leave, I ask, did I do everything I can to help my team? And I love that, because when I think about being a leader and I challenge the leaders that were at the leadership program, I ask them, ask yourself before you leave this 2-day event, did I do everything I can to help my team? Because I need to learn the information, get the knowledge and information I need to become a better leader, then understand how I can apply that, actually apply it and get the results that I want to get as a leader so that I can create better opportunities for the people I lead. So every day, whether you're a parent, you're a leader, you're a coworker, before I leave, did I do everything I can today to help my team? And if I'm having days that the answer frequently is no, then I'm lacking discipline with myself. And I'm not holding myself accountable. And maybe I need to get some accountability partners in my life because I'm not being accountable. Am I letting it all out? Am I emptying the tank every single day for the people that depend on me in my life? Really important question to ask ourselves. And Ray Lewis was so awesome, walking us through that tour. Ray says, hey, man, I don't need to get ready because I stay ready. And most of us are so concerned about, I need to get ready. He's like, hey, just stay ready. And this way, when opportunity arises, when I am approached with an opportunity, when I see an opportunity, I don't have to, I'm not ready for it right now. I got to get ready. No, I stay ready. And that's the way I approached the game. I stayed ready. I didn't have to get ready for the game. I was ready. I was always constantly training. I was always preparing. I didn't need to worry about getting ready because I was proactive with that approach. And this is a guy who did so much in football, and here he is after football, still continuing to have that same type of discipline and driving impact in his life. So that was an amazing tour that we did there. So that's what it looks like when you go there knowing what you're looking for. I have intentions. I know what I'm looking for, and I'm writing these notes. I'm this nerd on my phone here, putting notes down about everything I'm learning. And when I leave, okay, I've got all this knowledge. Then the next day, there's this Spire Academy that Ray Lewis is an owner in Geneva, Ohio. And we get an opportunity for Ray Lewis and his trainer, Monty Sanders, to train like 60 of us leaders for an hour. We got to work with them, also some other amazing people at the Spire Academy in Geneva, Ohio, where they train elite, high school athletes to help them get to the next level in college and get those and get their college sports career and get those scholarships that they're looking for. But it's very interesting because you would think that the primary focus is going to be on the athletic skills. Now, don't get me wrong, if you don't have the athletic skills, you're not going to be able to be successful in sports. But the difference between an athlete that has skills and succeeds versus an athlete who has skills and doesn't succeed, it comes down to one thing, and that's your mindset. And there's so much mental preparation and resilience training that goes on with these athletes. And when you look at what's the difference between Steve Largent was not a physical specimen. He didn't win. He didn't become Hall of Fame because he had the best skills. It had to do up here. Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady, when he was drafted, the guy has got a dad bod. He's not like this physical specimen, but it's up here. He understands winning. He understands the mental game. He's got the mindset. So when we did a training session with Ray Lewis and his trainer, we knew it was going to be an hour. We had no idea what we were getting into. We just showed up. And so we're on a big football field and we start like running, like crisscrossing around a field. And for like 15 minutes, they are like drilling us back and forth, like high steps, like running sideways, shuffling, all these different things, and pretty fast. And after 15 minutes, like, okay, we're warmed up now. And I was like, whoa, we're warmed up. Long story short, we go through this conditioning workout for an hour, and we didn't know what we were getting into at all. And every single person finished the workout. And it wasn't because everybody was physically in great shape. It was because everybody was resilient in that group, and we pushed past what we thought we could do. The truth of the matter is, in that workout, if they would have provided us the details of the workout and what we were going to do, I can safely estimate that more than half of those people would have said they don't think they're going to be able to complete that workout because they had limiting beliefs on what was possible, because they would have been using, hey, there's no way I can do that. I haven't done that before, or I haven't done that in such a long time, so I don't think I can do that. But because they didn't share it with us, we just went into it blindly and just did it and pushed us like it was like an inch, another rep, another set, another minute, another push-up, another squat. We just kept going and going and going, which is one more. And before you know it, everybody finishes it and completes way more than they thought they were capable of doing because they stayed resilient and they were able to break through what they thought they were able to do. What's the lesson here? The lesson here is this is the same thing that's happened for people in life all over the place. Everyone's got these limiting beliefs on themselves of what's possible. And when you explain what needs to be done, they're already looking at like, I don't know if I could do this. I can't do that. I can do this. I'm not so sure I could do that. And that when they know what they can't do, they start putting these limiting beliefs, then they'll start lacking commitment on their commitment because I don't believe I can do that, so I'm not going to go all in on it. But if you know you can do it, you're going to go all in on it. Us as leaders, we've got to break through those limiting beliefs that our people have because they're capable of doing so much more than they ever think possible. They just don't see it yet. They just haven't experienced yet. And how do you as a leader break through those limiting beliefs and do exercises or do some type of team bonding activity that will demonstrate, wow, look what you could do, how much more you can do than you think you can do, especially when you're doing it together in a team and you don't want to be the guy or the girl that lets the team down and doesn't finish, where it's, okay, hey, we're all in this together. We're all finishing this. Because that's what happened with this workout. There were people that were like, they didn't finish fast, but they sure finished. And we were cheering them on, helping them get through. And it was, really amazing. So leaders, you've got to work on team building activities. I'm going to recommit to that here in my organization to help people get through those limiting beliefs. And there's a trainer named Jay that was at the Spire Academy. And he said he says, hey, we put all these limitations on our body. But the truth of the matter is there's no limitations. And he says, people say, hey, the sky's the limit. And he says, I don't say the sky's the limit because that's a limit. There's actually there's so much more beyond the sky. Like the sky is not the limit. There simply is no limit to the possibilities in life. There's no limit to what you as an individual can do. There's no limit to what you as an organization can do until you put the limit on it. So I would just encourage you guys to think really big. Don't think of it in terms of limitations. How do you inspire the people that you lead to think really big and remove limitations? What are you demonstrating as a leader to be the great example of what that looks like? Put yourself out there, do things that aren't possible. They don't need to be things that you're great at. It's great if you're doing something that's not even in your lane, where it's not your expertise. Get out there and do big things. So guys, that's what I learned with this 2-day retreat where we tagged it along and parlayed it with the Football Hall of Fame. Also, the Spire Academy, Ray Lewis hosting us, really special. So, and that shows you when you're intentional and you're looking for something and you know what you're looking for, you'll find it, because you could be looking for, if you're not looking for something, it could be right in front of you and you don't even see it. Because there were people with me that saw the same exact things that I saw, but they didn't even see it because they weren't looking for it. But I was consciously looking for it. I found it. So I'm hoping that you guys can learn a little bit from this, be more intentional, know what you're looking for, open your eyes, and you'll find it. And we can create some more Hall of Fame leaders here. It's Steve Lags Unfiltered, guys. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode. And I also want to share with you, if you want to get involved in this Business Mastery Leadership Program, it is the best leadership program. You can email me, steve@stevelags.com, and I will get you all the information that you need, because we have retreats like this every 3 to 4 months, in addition to weekly coaching calls, 81 weeks of online training videos and exercises, which include over 250 videos. Incredible program where I can transform you from a good leader to an excellent leader in a matter of 15 months.
That's all for today's Steve Lags Unfiltered Journey. Subscribe, rate, and leave a review to fuel your success journey. Also, be sure to listen to us on your favorite podcast channel or outlet. Stay tuned, stay unfiltered, and we'll catch you on the flip side.